Hi guys, and welcome to my latest review of Aviva Premiership action from round 15 of the Aviva Premiership. I will start with apologies to Liam Probert because I didn't give him a shout out last weekend, and as I had promised previously at Malvern. Shout out Liam, there you go. He is a Worcester Warriors fan, funnily enough, and so we'll start with your result, Liam. Worcester winning 15-14 against Newcastle on the night. They won there with some brilliant play. Andy Good with a little bit of luck with the upright onto the other upright and over. That was very convenient for Newcastle, and it did give them a lead, but it was the Warriors who prevailed in that game, as I say, to win 15-14. However, they didn't have most of the possession in the first half. They did win, and they were leading 7 points to 6 at half time. They were definitely the better side without a doubt. So it's a convenient start as they have their local derby next weekend against Gloucester, and that will be equally as entertaining as it always is, isn't it? We move on. Gloucester, they face Wasps. That game ended 13-10 to Gloucester. They dominated throughout the entire game. We anticipated that Wasps would win the game because, you know, the Wasps are in a very convenient position at the moment with Di Young being a brilliant coach and the likes of James Haskell and co actually pulling their fingers out, so to speak, and actually performing to the best of their ability. And they are just in, I believe, just in the top four. So, yeah, they're definitely brilliant at the moment, the Wasps. So I was surprised to see that they lost at Gloucester 13-10, but they did pick up a losing bonus point. We move on. Bath, they faced London Irish, who are bottom of the table, 9th versus 12th. Neither side have had great form recently, but it was Bath who prevailed in front of the home fans on the day, winning 25 points to 17 against the London Irish. And the Irish didn't really perform ahead of their week next, where they build up the game between themselves and the Saracens, top of the table, of course. But speciality about that game is it's taking place for Aviva Premiership history over in the States, in New Jersey. So that should be a great game of rugby. That's coming next weekend, and there will be a review for it. We move on. Saracens, they face the Northampton Saints. The Saints have lost to the likes of Newcastle, Worcester, London Irish. I think they lost to Bath as well. So they haven't had the best of form of late, but they beat the current table toppers 20 points to 15. The Saracens didn't really perform very well in that game at all. They didn't deserve a win, and to be fair, the Northampton Saints did. They were just the better side. They prevailed on the night, and they definitely deserved to get the victory. That kind of steadies them out a little bit more in terms of where they are positioned in the Aviva Premiership League table. We move on. Sale faced Harlequins also on the weekend. Sale, of late, 2 weeks ago, they lost to the Worcester Warriors. The last weekend, they drew with Saracens, table toppers of late. This week, with Danny Cipriani, a bit more form with him. He actually had a relatively decent game. They won 29 points to 23. Danny Cipriani, of course, though, speculation that he is moving back to Wasps, and also speculation that Ryan Lamb of Worcester Warriors could potentially be taking a move to Sale. That would be an interesting move. I'm not saying much about Ryan Lamb. We move on. The final game of the season took place on Sunday. 2:15 kickoff, was it? No, 3 o'clock kickoff, I think. One or the other, anyway. It was Leicester against Exeter. Leicester won that game 31 points to 27. Exeter have been on great form of late, but it wasn't to be this weekend. As a matter of fact, they lost 31-27. They were not convincing in the first half at all. They definitely deserved to lose. They didn't have the rub of the green from the referee at all, though Matthew Carley made a couple of iffy decisions against the Exeter Chiefs, and really, the deliberate knock-on from Freddie Burns 5 metres out was an important one. Rob Baxter mentioned multiple times. That should have been the yellow card and a penalty try. It was a great chance for the Exeter Chiefs to, nab the game. They lost, as I say, 31-27. Interesting fact here for you. Exeter have taken a point from every single game that they have played in the entire season. So, you know, they would have been absolutely distraught had they not picked up a point. But they did. They did pick up a point against Leicester at Welford Road after losing at one point 31-6, and they did a very, very good job of making their way back into that game. Right, that's it for this weekend. Next weekend's action will be reviewed during the week at some point. Saracens against London Irish. That's going to make history for the history books. I look forward to seeing it. I look forward to telling you about it. Until then, guys, have a good one, and I'll see you later. Goodbye, guys.